Do you ever feel like you just have too much on your plate? There's all these things that you want to get done, and maybe you've even made a list, but you're not sure, where do I begin? Where do I start? Which thing should I do first? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Hey, welcome back to Psychology Works. I'm Dr. Scott Greenaway. Today we're talking to all the HDers out there, or maybe just average people who don't have ADHD. But in this day and age, a lot of times we have all these things that we know we've got to get done. We've done the first step, which is to make a list. If you haven't done that yet, you've got to go back and start to develop the habit of, as soon as you think of something you need to do, you put it down on a master reminder list, all these things that you know you have to do. But now, phase 2 is, where do you put it in? What are you going to do? You've got time to work on these tasks. What are you going to do first? Well, everyone says, well, you got to prioritize. Okay, how do you do that? We're going to look at it with 2 factors. So the first factor is, how important is the task? Up here, we've got extremely important. And you want to think, what will befall me if I don't finish this task? Will somebody be upset? Will it cost me money? Will somebody be in harm's way? It's usually one of those 3 things will be the punishment if you don't get it done. What will I stand to gain if I do the task? Someone will be happy with me. It could earn me money. It could make my life better in some way. So the more value the task has, that's how important it is, the further up the scale we go. Down here would be things that aren't very important. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to notice. And there isn't much to gain if you do it. Now, the second factor is, when is it due? Up here, we've got it's due immediately. It's due tomorrow. It's due now. You don't have a lot of time. At this end, it is not due for a very long time. The longer time you have, the further down this scale it goes. And now you've got the 2 factors. How important is it and when is it due? So you look at the items you have. So here we've got a list of some things. Let's suppose somebody was making their master to-do list and they've got things like work on my taxes, plan a vacation, call to work, or call to make a dentist appointment. When I'm seeing it in the camera here, everything's backwards, so I'm having trouble reading it unless I turn it around. Get a haircut, grocery shopping, call district managers. I don't even know what that means. I imagine someone has a job where there's managers and they've got some kind of a work task that you've got to do, and it's with the higher ups, so it's going to be high on the importance scale. Get Sheila's present. I don't know who Sheila is. Maybe it's your wife. Maybe it's your mistress. Maybe it's your dog, and it's his 8th birthday, and you got to get him a rubber toy or something. So now we're going to apply A, B, or C to these. A is going to be top priority. Get that done first. B is going to be secondary. C is going to be do those last. So let's see. Work on my taxes. Now, that would be high on the importance. So it's going to be high up here, but if it is, April, then it's also going to be here. We're going to have something like this. So that would be an A. But if it's December still, or January, then maybe it would be down here. It's high on the importance, but it's not due for a while. So maybe that would get a B, or might get an A. It depends on what the other things are that it's competing with. The things that are here in this area are going to get an A rating. Those you got to get done first. And then, of course, you get some of these, like this one here in bold red. Click like and subscribe. That's going to be top priority. Make sure you get that done immediately. So the things up here, if you've got like dots up in this area, those are going to be things that are highly important and they're due pretty soon. Things that fall into this category, these would be things that aren't as important and they're not as time sensitive. Down here are going to be things that are not that important and they're not very time sensitive. So those are going to get a C, and you're going to do those after the other things are done. Get Sheila's present. That, forget everything else. That's going to be A, because, we love Sheila and we don't want her to leave us. So that's going to be number 1. Just a quick recap. You think of the 2 factors. When is it due? How important is it? You plot it on this chart like this, and then you will see what gets an A, B, or C. So the work's kind of done for you. It makes the decision if you plug it into this little model. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you're getting stuff done and your life is going smoother. This is Dr. Scott Greenaway saying, remember, psychology works. Keep prioritizing and getting stuff done.